Hey you, it's Tirsa. Welcome back to my YouTube channel where we discuss all things work culture, leadership, and of course, HR. I'm so excited to have you. Welcome back. If you have been on this page before and are back to see what new things I've posted, I appreciate you. And if you're very new to this, meaning this is your first time here on my YouTube page, you are officially welcome. Take some time to look around. Be sure to like and subscribe so you are the first to receive any updates on what's happening at my page. So let's get to it. Today, I want to do a client story share. So, earlier this month, I met with a prospective client who reached out because she wanted to create and structure a learning and development program for her leaders, as well as set a sound base for her organization with regard to culture as a strategy for retention. She was no stranger to doing training and development, but she particularly reached out to me because she had a great concern, and that concern was stick it to itiveness. When I say stick to itiveness, I mean that she wanted a program that was not just going to get everyone fired up, that was not going to just put a band aid and make everyone feel light and alive and have hope again, but she wanted people to immediately apply what they learned to their organization, to embody that and to live that and keep it consistently going in the organization. Most times you find that beyond training, not every organization continues on that path. So after the developer or the facilitator or the master trainer like myself leaves the organization, if we don't have some sort of structure in place, we see some of those skills dwindle or we don't see full execution of what we want. So we talked about that, and I thought it would be good to share three important things, because when you do learning and development, it's not just about the content, it's not just about education, it's not just about reminding people to do specific things with regard to their leadership and culture, but it's also paying attention to the holistic method, the whole process that will create the results that we're looking for. So, the first thing that I would highlight as an important area that accompanies learning and development programs within organizations is supporting policy structure. Now, there's great content, there's great information on how one should lead, how a culture and organization should look. But if the organization doesn't have structure and policy that requires or holds employees accountable, holds leaders accountable to executing or practicing this behavior, we're not going to see that type of result. And so we need to ensure that when we are executing training, we're considering what existing policies we have and what policies we need to change thereafter so that it makes it more favorable that people will continue that process going forward. For example, if you have a leader and you want your leaders to be responsible for creating succession in their team, choosing people, training people, and helping them to continue to elevate and assume other roles within the organization, then when you are having HOD discussions about where are we on budget and how are we doing, there should be a section where you're asking the leader, who are you developing this month? Who in your organization are you constantly shaping and molding for success? And that needs to continue in the journey and that process. So ensuring that those things are in place are going to be critical to the organization's success. Number two, coaching. Coaching is so important to the overall structure and shaping of human behavior. If we have created a foundational structure as it relates to our leaders, they know what is expected of them, they know what the mindset of things need to be, then we need to be able to support them in the changes that they make. The first thing I'm going to do if I'm completing a training session as a leader and I'm adapting something new and I find myself in a scenario where I don't know what the next step is, I'm likely to go back to the old habit that I had before. And so it's important as we're shaping behavior within 40 to 66 days that we have an open forum for leaders to ask questions. And this can come in the form of group coaching, where all leaders are in a session asking questions or coming with the discoveries or the concerns they've had during that time. Or it could also be a one-on-one coaching situation based on that individual sitting in with a coach and really just going over, here are the things that I face as a leader, here's how I handle them. Kindly affirm that my behaviors have been appropriate or give guidance to what I should be adjusting. if you have that support, statistics show that leaders are likely to make those shifts with that type of accountability and support there. A lot of organizations miss out because they haven't invested in coaching. They've done the training, they feel good about the concept, and they haven't taken the steps necessary. I always give my clients action steps immediately after training because we want that process of change to continue. And at this time, employees are still wanting to be convinced that, okay, this is not just another training. They're actually really serious about making the changes in the organization. So they're looking around for signs to show that you are still making this a priority and you understand that the process of change is a gradual one that takes several steps to make happen. My typical recommendation for coaching, especially if it's a large group with a lot of new managers, is that there should be at least 3 months of coaching happening post-training if this is a great overhaul that you're doing where you're establishing new foundations for leadership, you're trying to get unity and synergy. Definitely, I would recommend that that time frame be considered. Number 3, culture connection. One main reason why organizations do not see success in the arena of training that lasts or sticks over time is because of culture connection. It is important that each individual that's working in your organization envisions what the vision, the goal, the mission, the existence of the organization is, but more importantly, that they see themselves as a part of it. So wherever possible, either through team building, either through the training and development strategies, or through coaching, organizations should try to allow employees to be a part of the process, either by giving feedback or by being a part of a revamping of a culture. That's important in the overall structure because most organizations, their mission, vision, culture is so outdated that they haven't done it in many years, and those new employees have not been a part of that buy-in. So finding unique and creative ways to get them involved, that's going to be critical to ensure that they still move along the same lines of what you're trying to implement. If you really want stick-it-to-itiveness, you really want the training, development, the coaching, the work that you're putting in, the learning and development for your teams to stick. Remember that it's not just the training and development that we are blessed to do for you or along with you, or that you are blessed to do yourself. It's important that you ensure that the whole scope of these things are included along with your training to make it a success. I hope that's been helpful to you today. Always a pleasure to have you here. Please share with me in the comments. Are there any other things that we should be mindful of when we're thinking about training and development? What should we do to make this stick? See you next time.